I burp in the process? Oh my God. Wait. I'm waiting for it. Oh, that was nasty. So sorry. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your girl, Miss P. Let me see you do the bacon. I was listening to Ladies Night. Anyway, this is another Real Housewives of Atlanta review. Please be sure to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and you know what I'm gonna say, get into my favorite app, which is Feature Points. All you do is use my referral link down below. You start playing the games, accumulating the points, and then you cash them in for like PayPal credit, Amazon gift cards, Starbucks gift cards, the list goes on and on. So get it in, I love it. And if you have missed my Real Housewives of Atlanta reviews, you can get into the playlist and catch up. So speaking of Ladies Night, what did y'all think of the Soul Train Awards? Personally, out of 10, I would give this award show a 6. I really enjoyed the Kool in the Gang tribute with Tank, my boo Tank, the Ladies Night, even though they only gave them 2 minutes and Total was like, hey, how y'all doing? I did enjoy Chris Brown's performance, even though he was a little out of breath. Tinashe, she did her thing. I didn't really know too much about Tinashe like that, but I really enjoyed her performance. Who else performed and I thought was cute? Tamar performed with my boo, what's his name? Joe, even though he about my daddy's age. Anyway, Tamar, oh Lord, I love Tamar. She's so extra and I love it. But that performance, sweetie, no. Wendy Williams, she was the host, even though we saw her like 3 times. She had that extra intro, which it was just I'm still paying her dust because of that Aaliyah movie. Pharrell won an award, right? And they had like a little video of him. Beyonce won an award and she was like, I ain't going to that shit. That Jodeci performance, they did all of their hits. But honey, if they didn't lip sync for their life, yes, I was like, ain't no way KC sound like that after all them years hitting that, ooh, yeah, I wanna freak you. Devontae's little pony top knot. I'm not okay with that just for me top knot. I didn't like that at all. Devontae, don't you ever in your life do that. The Winans brothers are now called 3WB, okay? And Stephanie Mills, she came out and did Home and just shat on the audience. Okay. Pastor Mace came out. I said, Lord have mercy. Do you know what you want to do, Mace and Bethel? Do you know what you want to do? MC Light was in it, in the mix as well. I love me some MC Light. And you know what? I have to say, I was waiting for that Ladies Night tribute, but I'm just so upset that they only had like 1 minute. I felt like it was too fast. Little Soul Train line at the end. It was cute, but it was just, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 stars. So yes, let's go ahead and get into this Real Housewives of Atlanta review, okay? Candy and her Candy Factory crew, they trying to figure out what party they gonna hit, and Candy and Ty, they in the office like, Ty, what you thinking? I mean, there's plenty of stuff that I want to do, but it ain't been done yet. He like, you gotta crack down. Like, he is so calm, it's ridiculous. You gotta crack down on what you doing, Candy Cane. Don Juan, he's not doing his job, so Candy, she gotta crack the whip. Claudia, she's one of the new cast members. She works for the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, and this bitch don't want to wake up in the morning. Girl, get you an alarm clock and get that check. You acting crazy. Portia also has a job at Dish Nation. I think that's the main hub, and she does like gossip TV, which I think is really cute. Portia got a little job, and she got that hairline. You better get your check, boo. I'm all for somebody getting a coin. Claudia, she wants to come in and chat and say hey, and Portia's like, no, bitch, I don't want to talk right now. Now, that was very, very shady. You could have said, hey, can you go get me a jelly sandwich? You could have said anything. Girl, we got any more coffee? We got any Swiss Miss in the back? You could have said anything. This is Claudia. Hey, girl, so how you doing? What? Now let the shoe be on the other foot. Exactly. Candy and Ty, they have this intervention confrontation with the team. And he was like, I feel as though we not working cohesively as a team for the Candy Factory. Right, Ty? Ty was like, you know what? Deadlines and execution, they like really important. Everybody else is real quiet. And Don Juan, you could tell he pissed off. And I felt as though Candy should have addressed them as opposed to Todd being in on the mix. Because it was real fresh. They done got days married now. She just needs to figure that out. Cynthia and Kenya meet. They're now like bosom buddies, and of course she invites Claudia so that she can get in on the mix too. Oh, bless her. Claudia says she got struggle feet. Her feet be doing this, or maybe her feet do this right here. I was just like Cynthia. Girl, let me see your feet. Claudia talks about her problems with Portia not speaking. Girl. Phaedra and Candy, they're meeting at the spa to meet with Nene and Portia. Nene is such an ass in her confessional. She was like, okay, I see Phaedra done lost weight. I see that happens when your husband is going to prison. Go ahead, girl. Get it how you can. An ass. Portia talks about the Cynthia meeting and the robot read, and I have to admit, that whole meeting, it was messy. Cynthia, she be trying to be reading and trying to be very mean girl-like. It doesn't work. Stop. And same for Portia, girl. Stop being a mean girl. Nene had to talk about Cynthia and how I was blindsided, honey. I don't think I did nothing to Cynthia Bailey. Girl, bye. Then they talk about Kenya and the whole apology with Apollo. And Nene, she don't even like Kenya. So she was like, I really feel like Apollo was lying about lying. It boils down to Nene, she don't want to hear nothing that Kenya got to say. She don't want to believe not a thing. Portia, she like, yeah, because she don't like her either. And Phaedra, she was already on the fence. She like, you right. Apollo, he met with Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben was like, yo, man, can you drink? And Apollo was like, yes, sir. I want to drink all as I can. Apollo was like, you know what? I ain't been at the house. I've been gone all the time. Uncle Ben was like, do you think that's a good thing? And I'm sitting here like, Faye don't want him at the house. She got that thing locked like Fort Knox probably. Where else can little Toto go? He was like, you know what, Faye, she used to be a ride-or-die chick. She used to come to see me when I was sleeping on the air mattress with the ankle bracelet on me. And she would ask me, yo, you want me to get you something from Wendy's? You want a Burger King fish sandwich? Like, she was my ride-or-die. And I used to love Faye. You know, even when he was telling that story, I was looking at him like, you know, Apollo, you still a little trifling ass. I can't. Sorry. I can't give you that. Claudia invites Portia so that they can get down to business and the meat of why she did not speak to her. She was like, you know what? On day 1, we were really chummy. Day 2, we were chummy again. But on day 3, it changed. What happened? Did you not like my hair color, my lipstick? What's up? Portia was like, girl, we both get paid for our intellectualism and our mindsets. And if I don't speak, don't take it personally. I just don't feel like speaking. Portia, I don't care how you try to iron out the details, sweetie. That's rude, pumpkin. That's rude. And Claudia, girl, get your check and move it along. I've done that before. If somebody didn't say nothing to me, I'd be like, oh my God, what happened? What happened? But then my head is going crazy. I might care for a minute, but then I move it along. Claudia wants to act like a mediator and have a resolve with Kenya and Portia. And I felt just like Portia. Girl, if you do not get out of my mac and cheese recipe, I'm going to make this how I want to. Don't you get up in here. Don't be trying to change everything going on. You stay over there in your lane. This is how shady Portia is becoming. She was like, smell my hand. You like this Tom Ford lotion? Doesn't it smell good? This was gifted to me, honey. What were we talking about? Candy is going to have a meeting with the other Wonka characters at the candy factory. Why? He felt bombarded. He was like, I didn't even go to my mama's wedding because I was planning your wedding. I didn't even go to my mama's birthday because I was turning up, getting ratchet at your birthday. Don Juan has to understand that Candy's married now. If you want to go to your mama's wedding, go to your mama's wedding. If you want to order a Domino's pizza, you can do it. You can do whatever you like. Todd, he wanted to talk to Don Juan about clearing the air because he heard from Candy that Don Juan was a little antsy about him. Don Juan is not a fan of Todd. That is evident. Candy and Don Juan have been dealing with each other for like the last 12 years. So yeah, I feel as though Candy, she should have been handling all of that, not Todd. I can understand how that would be kind of like, whoa, who is this coming in telling us what to do? It's been 12 years. Todd had some great points as well. He was like, look, if you have family events that you wanted to go to, don't be mad at us. You should have been allocating different things for your staff members to do. You don't have to do everything, boo-boo. And then I did understand with Don Juan. He was like, well, I didn't pick these staff members and I don't feel comfortable with them. So they really need to restructure them candy factories. Then Todd said something that I was like, absolutely not. He was like, you know what? I want Candy to be bigger. We got a black president. She should be at the White House. I was like, hold up. The only way that Candy needs to be at the White House is if they're doing Mr. Nasty time with the Obamas. That's the only thing I can see. Don Juan, calm down. At the end, they did dap it up and all that, but just calm down, boo-boo. Both of them had valid points, and hopefully they can work at the candy factory together, because, ooh, child. Kenya and Candy meet to take kickboxing. Candy really wants to talk to Kenya so that she can apologize. Candy apologized, but she also talked about what everybody said at the spa. That's something I can't do with Candy anyway. She got to talk about everything else that happened. I'm like, girl, she got diarrhea, irritable bowel syndrome of the mouth. Kenya, of course, gets emotional, and She was like, I'm sick and tired of these bitches. She was giving me Cuba Gooding Jr. from Boys in the Hood when he had that breakdown with Nia Long. Candy was like, you gonna be okay? Okay, bye. I think it was good that Candy was like, look, I'm sorry for that. I apologize. But then she opened up another can of worms. So we're going to see what happens down below in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think it was kind of a filler episode. Let me know what you thought about the Soul Train Awards. Let's chat down below in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video. Peace, love, and all that good stuff. God bless.